It's election night in Nebraska, and I'm Aaron Sanderford with the World-Herald. I'm hoping to help you tonight to understand when you're going to see results and what results you should be watching for. This is what we'll be watching for with Omaha.com. At 8 o'clock, what you're going to see most likely is Sarpy County's early vote through Monday. What that means is if Republicans are not leading, then something is wrong. Sarpy County in suburban Omaha is usually a place where Republicans can go for votes. And the 8 o'clock will be any that they had ready in time for before Monday. In Douglas County, the 8 p.m. results are going to be primarily Election Day results through 2 p.m., 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. What that means is you're likely to see Republicans vote in higher numbers on Election Day, even in Douglas County. And you're likely to see Republicans represented higher in those early vote tallies from 8 p.m. in Sarpy County. So it'll look a little bit like Republicans are trouncing Democrats in the 2nd District in Nebraska. But hold on for those 8:45 results, which might be just as misleading the other way, because Democrats turned in a boatload of early ballots in Douglas County, and 8:45 results is when you're going to see Douglas County's early ballots in those through Monday reflected in those results. And what that means is you're going to probably see all those races that you saw earlier flip, any of the ones that touch Douglas County, particularly the president and the House 2 race between Don Bacon and Kara Eastman. So once things settle out a little bit, the 8:45 results, it'll look a little bit like Democrats are winning big. If it doesn't, then you also know Republicans are having a good day. But every hour after that, 9:45, 10:45, if it takes it into 11:45 and past, what you're going to see is most likely a Democratic lead in those two big races chipping away. So what I'll be watching, what a lot of people who are following elections will be watching, is that first set of 8 p.m. results in Douglas County. How much are Republicans outpacing Democrats and who showed up on Election Day? If that, I want to see how much they're closing the gap on Democrats from their early vote advantage. Democrats turned in, if I remember right from those numbers, about 20,000 more early ballots than Republicans. Now, granted, that doesn't factor in nonpartisans. And by and large, the nonpartisans are breaking toward former Vice President Biden nationally, although the nonpartisans in Nebraska tend to be a little more conservative, so it's unclear from the polling at what rate they'll break which way. But what I expect to see and what I expect to watch for is how much do Republicans outnumber Democrats in those 8 o'clock Douglas County results from Election Day, and then how much of a gap is there at 8:45, a Democratic lead in those big races that will have to be chipped away every hour by Republicans. I think we're in for a fairly long night in those big races. I mean, if I were a betting person, I'd settle in for a little bit of a long night in District 2. But you might have results tonight. The one outlier, the one thing that might be a little bit of a problem, the House race in District 2 between Eastman and Bacon, you might have a situation where you're not going to know results tonight, even at the late count. There's a good chance that there'll be enough provisional ballots cast and enough early ballots delivered or returned on Election Day that those ballots wouldn't be open in Douglas County until Friday. If that's the case, if at the end of counting tonight there's a 300 vote advantage for one candidate or another in that race, we're going to probably have to wait depending on how many are outstanding in that race. But it's going to be a fun night. I hope you'll follow along on Omaha.com, and I think we'll have some results worth watching. Thanks.